Before we hop into real topics, Jason and Tyvis, you were not here yesterday for show 500, so I just want to give you guys the floor real quick, 30 seconds
This is a fake topic. So
on what'd you think? Because I know you guys tuned in for a little bit, and you guys are a big part of what we've done over the last 500 episodes.
Oh, now we're a big part.
Now they're a big part. They were ignored.
We invited you on, and you both said you wanted nothing to do with it, so don't give me that crap.
You guys were both about it.
They did. I'm just messing with
it. It was my day off, and I was going to enjoy my day off. No, I tuned in, though, for sure. It was nice to see Brad and Polk back on. Brad.
Did you see that thing Polk did?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
That was so fun.
It was good to be, obviously it's a blessing to always be a part of the UCSS, and I'm appreciative of everybody. And 500 shows went so fast. We have so much fun here just giving out content. And I love the fans, the interaction with the fans, the people that's in the chats all the time. I got some homeboys that's in the chat too, so it's always funny to see that. It's just been a really good show. It's a breath of fresh air to get out here, and I love the bond that we have amongst each other. We could talk about anything, so whether it's on camera, off camera, we're the same people. So it's always good to have y'all, and I appreciate y'all for that. So like Mike McNuggets say, to 5,000, here we come.
It's great. I tuned in yesterday, too. I watched as much as I could. I was in and out throughout the day. When this started, I was just cashing the checks and happy to take the money, and I don't know how long it was going to last. Didn't care how long it was going to last. Wasn't really invested. Was just happy to cash the checks. And it didn't take long to see, this is really cool. And I remember there was a moment where I wasn't sure how long this was going to go. Yeah. And then I remember, because I went through this with The Athletic. I went through a startup, and I know the process. And there was a point we got to where I thought, this is going to make it. We're going to be all right. Yeah. And totally bought in, and I love doing this now. It
is so much fun.
Anytime Steve Becker texts me and says, can you fill in? I'm like, yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's 2 hours of fun.
Better than doing 5 hours on the radio.
Better than 5 hours on the radio. That's true. I remember I got to the end of a show with you one day. I think I'm going to black out now after talking for 5 hours.
I'm pretty sure you get paid a lot more here than you get paid there. I think they've raised up to minimum wage these days, part-time on the Fan.
Some of the people in here still go over there.
Sorry, I didn't say it. I mean, I did say it. I said it, not
first
you.
First of all, I got to do 5 hours tomorrow. 5 hours on the radio
5
tomorrow.
Hours tomorrow.
Me, Nathan, and I think it's me, Nathan, and Ken.
By the way, did you see the top 5 funniest moments?
I didn't get to watch it because when I tuned in, I had got towards the end. I seen the titty one.
That's the one I got. That was really fun. I had not seen that.
And then I seen the number one was the Joe Thomas. You was you didn't think that should have been number one. When McNuggets said stabbed.
I thought that was funny, but I wouldn't have had that at number one.
Yeah, I've seen that part.
I think I don't know which one I would have had number one, but anyway, go ahead.
They're all funny. We're going to talk a lot about the Cavs today. We'll talk some draft. We'll talk some Guardians. We're going to talk about Bulls, poverty franchise, and all that, and more coming up in just a second. But first,
oh my God,
it's playoff time in the NBA.
Nick Carnes cannot get enough of Bengals drama.
I'll repeat again, the Bengals are a poverty franchise, Bull. It's playoff time in the NBA and NHL. Baseball's in full swing, and FanDuel is your place to bet on every single game. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's $150 win or lose. You can bet on everything from slap shots to home runs to slam dunks, all on an app that is safe, secure, and easy to use. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and make your first bet an automatic win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. And today's winning ticket is a 13-part MLB moneyline parlay.
Nice.
That all hit. Our guy Johnny Boy 05, Mets moneyline, Orioles moneyline, Red Sox moneyline, Reds moneyline, Brewers moneyline, Dodgers moneyline, Rays moneyline, Yankees moneyline, Braves moneyline, Royals moneyline, Twins moneyline.
He bet every
Cubs
game.
moneyline, Rangers moneyline, Padres moneyline. He bet $1 and won $780 on a 13-part moneyline parlay in Major League Baseball. So shout out to Johnny Boy 05.
You should have bet $50.
That's why I can't bet, because that's every time I win, I'm like, I should have bet more.
Right. Oh my God.
That's
he had
impressive.
13 games.
He bet them all.
Yeah.
He probably
bet every game. That's ballsy.
When was this? What day of the week?
Yesterday.
Because there were some teams off yesterday, wasn't there?
On Wednesday? I think
Well, he sent it in yesterday. I'm not sure what day he made the bet. He sent it in yesterday. All right, guys, let's talk a little Cavs Magic. Game 3 is tonight.
Yeah.
The series shifts to Orlando, where the Magic have been significantly better at home this season than they have on the road. The Cavs lost both their playoff games in New York City last season. So, Jason, I'll start with you. How much of a difference will it make tonight for the Cavs playing in Kia Arena in Orlando as opposed to the comfy confines of Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse.
It'll make a big difference for Orlando. Teams always shoot better at home, especially young teams. I'm sure that was – what's that?
The others.
Yeah. The role players always feel a bit more comfortable at home. So I think it matters. I think it makes a difference. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. We talked about it before when I was in that. I don't think Cavs are playing that well. Doesn't mean they don't come out and play well tonight, but Orlando is just a mess right now offensively. So they clean up some of those issues, some of those wide open looks that we were talking about. I mean, they've had 44 wide open threes, and they made 11 of them. So if 3 or 4 or more of those go in at home, it's a different game. So I'm curious to see the Cavs' response. No one's going to confuse Orlando with Madison Square Garden, but the Cavs did not. I didn't think that they performed well under the bright lights that Jared Allen was talking about of MSG. So just being on a road environment, it'll still be a good environment in that arena. I don't think I've been there. I've been to Orlando plenty of times. Obviously, never for a playoff game, so I don't know how much more excited it can get. It can get loud in there. Mm-hmm. So I think it will help Orlando more than it will hurt Cleveland, if that makes sense. But it absolutely makes a difference. Home court matters.
Home team's 13-3 in the playoffs. I think the 3 losses were the last 2 days.
Boston, the Clippers, and Milwaukee.
Yeah, Boston lost to Miami last night. The Clippers and Milwaukee lost 2 days ago. So I think home teams were 11-0 until the last 2 days.
Playoff series don't begin till the road team wins. That's the old saying.
Well, so Orlando, this is their last chance to make it a series,
yes.
Obviously. If Orlando loses tonight, the series is over. No, in the NBA, nobody's ever come back down 3-0, right?
No, because Cavs were the first to do
3-1, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened in the NHL, I think, a couple of times. Baseball, obviously, it happened once. Red Sox against the Yankees. But, for the most part, nobody ever comes back down 3-0. So it's got to be tonight for Orlando. You think they're going to come out and play better?
Absolutely. Listen, I think that when you think about the home court advantage, the crowd will be into it for sure, and those role players will step up. I think it's a big deal for the Cavs, though, because, like you say, the lights were bright last year for them. I think to really be that team that we expect them to be, you got to beat a team when you know that they're going to come out and give you everything they got. This right now is a must-win game for Orlando. And if you go out there and you just completely down that and they can just destroy them then that tells me that they got that killer instinct, that they are really focused and they are a really locked in team. So I'm really looking at the Cavs tonight. We've been talking about how offensively they haven't been that great. What do you do when you're not at home, when the crowd is against you, when you're the villain? How do you respond to those? Because a guy like me, I love it. I embrace it. There's nothing better than silence in the crowd. Hit a 3, turn around and tell the crowd to be quiet and sit down. That's the best feeling in the world. If the Cavs pull that type of energy tonight, then I'm excited for the next round and when they go up against Boston or whoever. It's Boston, right?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Whatever.
Could be Miami.
1-1. Yeah, it could be Miami.
I guess you're right about
Boston,
that. I didn't even think about
There's
that.
like a fundamental flaw with Boston.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Boston lose to Miami in the first round, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be some furniture moving in Boston. Everybody's gone.
Think?
Everybody's gone. The whole team is breaking up.
I think we will find out a lot about the Cavaliers tonight because some teams, especially less experienced teams, and the Cavs have some playoff experience, but they're not that experienced.
Well, some of their guys, Niang, Strus,
those
Tristan,
guys,
they've brought in a lot of guys with a lot of experience.
But the key guys in this team have not done a lot of winning in the playoffs.
Yeah, fair.
And what I'm curious is, because sometimes you'll see a team go up 2-0, and then they get lackadaisical for Game 3 because they feel like the series is in hand, and maybe it's hard to keep that energy up. But so I'm looking for that, and just the fact that, as you said, Jason, they have not played that well.
Yeah,
they've played okay, but this has been more about Orlando being awful than the Cavs playing great.
Yeah,
and so the Cavs have no right to walk into this game like, oh, we've got this. They need to be. They should be like, well, we haven't played well enough. We got to play better.
Offensively, they've been fine defensively.
Yeah, defensively they've been fine, but offensively they've been pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them come in and keep their foot on the gas and finally show you more offensively. Jared Allen has been great, and Donovan Mitchell's been great in the first quarter of these games, but they've been sloppy with the ball. I'd like to see them clean that up, and if they do, yeah, they could win this game tonight and win the series.
I want to know if Suggs is going to be on Mitchell. That's the first thing I want to see. And then the
You would
second,
think so tonight.
and
right?
then in the must win, you got to. And then another thing, obviously, what was his injury? Didn't he he
Knee,
rolled
right?
his ankle?
Left knee
Yeah.
sprain
Knee.
was the
I
official
mean, they carried him off
diagnosis.
like Daniel LaRusso.
I know, and then he ended up
And
coming
then
back.
Mr. Miyagi gave him
it's
one
like
of these.
this, like Paul Pierce
and
type
then he
thing.
came back in.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But I want to see,
Yeah.
I want to see that matchup because I believe that's the adjustment that has to be made. And then I want to see if Evan Mobley still hits threes away.
Yeah.
You know, it's different
Yeah.
at home hitting it. And then Okoro, we seen you do this famous step back three, which I still can't believe you hit that shot. If you do that in Orlando against them in their place, like that tells me that y'all for real, like y'all really are about shooting, like y'all say, like y'all been portraying in these first two games. So those are kind of the three things, or the three players, I should say, that I'm looking at tonight.
First 5 minutes will be very telling because Orlando has stressed fast starts, and they have not gotten off to a fast start in either one of these games. The Cavs punch first. I hate that cliche of who's going to hit first and all that crap. But it's true. But being at home, and to your point, I do think Suggs is on Donovan tonight because Donovan is what has staked the Cavs to these early leads, and you have to do everything you can to corral him. If the Cavs go up, 12-3 in the first 3 or 4 minutes of this game, that's major, major problems for Orlando. I actually expect Orlando to get out to a fast start tonight, expect them to go up early. Cavs are the ones burning an early timeout, settling things down, and then you get into the game. But if the Cavs do this again, if they go up double figures within the first few minutes again, that's a massive problem for Orlando because, number one, they don't have the firepower, and number two, they keep stressing we got to get off to a fast start, and they haven't been able to do it yet.
Quick sidebar, because you mentioned Paul Pierce, it made me think of this. Did you guys see this? I can't remember if it was The Athletic or ESPN.
He got voted for to be
Athletic.
a GOAT.
Yeah, it was The Athletic.
Somebody-
They did this anonymous poll of players.
Of GOATs.
Who's the greatest of all time. And the first few years they did it, Jordan beat LeBron by a lot. This year was very close. Jordan still beat LeBron, but it was very close. But Paul Pierce got one vote. People were saying he voted, but it's current players.
Current players.
It's someone just joking.
Just messing around?
Yeah,
Listen.
that's
He
ridiculous.
said he thinks it's LeBron voted for him because he's so critical of LeBron.
Yeah.
And he might be right. Like it,
LeBron
It's
Petty.
like kind of humiliating, because it's humiliating for him.
because LeBron did that to Kevin a few years ago when they were teammates. And I can't remember, Kevin had just said like he thought Russ was the MVP or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then somebody asked LeBron something about some great something, and he said Kevin.
Yeah.
And so when Paul mentioned it might have been LeBron, I
Yeah.
remembered back to that. I'm like, you know what? You
Maybe
might
it
be
is.
right.
Maybe
It
right.
might have been LeBron.
I think there was one vote for Magic,
I don't remember now.
which certainly is a more credible vote than
I'm surprised
Pierce.
that that's the case. These youngins today.
Yeah. There was no votes for Giannis there.
That's because they don't understand basketball. That's my whole point.
Great
Right
player.
there.
Let me ask
That's
you guys
exactly
this.
my
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
As we get ready for Game 3, the Cavs have won both games by double digits.
Yeah.
It frankly has never gotten that close. In Game 2, it got down to 10 points, and you thought it may become a game, but it hadn't.
At Game 2, in the second quarter, it was closer.
In the fourth quarter, it got down to 10, but never
in the
became
fourth
like,
quarter, in the fourth
never
quarter.
became, oh my goodness.
No.
It's
They were
you know,
one shot away
but
from,
yeah.
oh my goodness, but they missed it.
Never got there. But tonight, according to FanDuel, and Steve, you take this full, the Cavs are 2.5-point underdogs. You buying that?
I'm
Should
taking
Orlando
that
be
too.
favored,
Bang.
or because what we saw in the first two games, despite the game being in Orlando, should the Cavs be the favorites?
I think Orlando should be favored. I think the mistake that people, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen in this case, but the mistake that people make, or what I don't know if you believe it, but what you just said, that each game is an independent thing, and you never know what goes into guys' mindsets in each game. And as we know, home and road is a huge deal in the NBA, unlike a lot of other sports. And so we've seen countless times a team look great in the first two games of a series and go on the road and lose. Even with LeBron.
Yeah.
Was it Toronto? What was that series where they were up 2-0 and we all thought it would be a sweep and they went and lost two straight on the road?
I can't say what I want to say.
I know.
they were happy to go back to Toronto. They didn't.
Oh, they were. That was Toronto, right?
If it's the one I'm thinking, it's the year they won the championship.
You never know what's motivating a team or what's happening.
I don't want to say they threw a playoff game.
Yeah, but they threw a playoff. Is what he's trying to say.
They were.
But anyway, like it's
happy to
different
go
home
back.
road for a variety of reasons. So I don't know that. I don't.
There's
I don't,
also a desperation factor for Orlando.
And this
They
is a
know
4 or
their
5
entire
series.
season's on the line.
Yeah, just because the Cavs have been the much better team in the first 2 games doesn't mean they're definitely going to be that in the third game.
No, and it's easy, especially up 2-0. Mike Miller used to talk about this. If you win a playoff game, you feel like you're never going to lose again. And to the players. The players feel like
so they
we're
could
winning a
take them lightly
championship.
going into this game.
And if you lose a playoff game,
Yeah.
you feel like you're never going to win again. Like there is such an emotional swing, even for the players involved.
Yeah.
That of course 2-0, you feel like, well, yeah, you can't be beat. But no, that's just
Question is, why are the playoff games? Are they all on NBA TV?
No, just the Cavs so far.
Why?
Because it's the.
because it's the Magic and the Cavs.
So what?
Who cares? Nobody cares nationally about the Magic and the Cavs. It's the least popular series.
It bothers me because on YouTube TV, it's blacked out.
You should still be able
You
to
can
get
watch
it on
but you
Bally's.
can't get Bally's on YouTube TV.
Right, but if you can,
I
watch
have
it-
the problem of I got Fubo because I wanted Bally's.
Yeah.
The only thing Fubo doesn't have is TNT.
Oh, gee.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to have to get YouTube TV also when the Cavs are on TNT.
But if you could watch the Cavs during the regular season, you should be able to watch.
So how are you watching the Cavs during the regular season?
They was on national TV.
So you
What are you
didn't get the
talking-
local Bally's games.
No.
Okay, well then you're screwed.
Then you're out of luck.
Yeah, no kidding. But you know what? The good news is I got my dad's DirecTV account. So
There you go.
I don't understand why it's blacked out. On Fubo, I was able to watch it on NBA TV or Bally's. I had the choice, and I watched it on NBA TV. But
I tried to watch it on what they play Saturday. I tried to watch it on my phone on YouTube TV on my phone. And
We're out of luck.
said it was
We're not
blacked out.
connected to Bally's in any way, right?
No.
Before I kill him.
No, their app is
It's
the
the worst app in the
It's
history of the
a
world.
trash ass app. It
Oh
is
my
the
God.
Nestor Cortez of
sound-
streaming apps. It is just
Nestor Cortez? It's
he's
not
a
that
trash ass pitcher.
That's what the
But
mayor. The mayor came here and said the same thing.
It is awful.
It's
I
the
was
worst.
so angry the other day. I was trying to watch the Guardians on the app, and I kept getting these error messages. I'm like, this is the biggest. No wonder
God.
the company's in bankruptcy. No wonder it's a punchline.
They're a clown show.
Like, could we just get rid of them once and for all and just be done?
Oh,
like it's
hopefully soon in the next year or two. It's a joke, but no, I don't have a problem with the Magic being favored, and it's easy to just think like the players do, as you just said, Jason. As a fan, you feel the same way.
yeah. Oh yeah. Even more so.
Like right now, the fans are
Sweep.
fellas, give me a sweep.
Sweep.
But I'll tell you this: if the Magic win tonight, there'll be panic from some fans. Look, we didn't play. All of a sudden, it'll be we didn't play well in the first 2 games. Now we lost.
Yang
We're
and
home for
Struz
game
have to
4.
make shots. Why aren't they making shots?
Let's fire JB again, which he should be fired, but you're not saying that after 2 games. But there you go, Mike. All right, what do you got for us?
I do have one last question on the Cavs. We'll do a little film breakdown, then we'll talk Guardians and draft. Brad was in here yesterday, and Brad talked about he thinks the Cavs have developed a killer instinct. And if they have a killer instinct, they'll step on the Magic's throat tonight and end the series essentially 3-0. And obviously it's a 7-game series. You got to win 4, but you go up 3-0. A team's never come back from that. Tavis, do you think the Cavs, from what you've seen up to this point, have developed that kind of killer instinct yet? Or are you still out on whether or not the Cavs have done that?
Have the Cavs developed a killer instinct? I tell you what, I'm not ready to say that they have just yet. I tell you what, they can change that thought tonight. I just think that the way that they've been winning is like we said, it's been off of fast starts, but like hitting daggers in the fourth quarter to like seal the deal. Like I don't necessarily think I think they're capable of it. I don't think that they've done it and shown it over time that that's who they are. But obviously, if they go out there and they do that tonight, then that's that they have to live by that for the rest of the time. I think it's in them. I don't think that's who they are, though. If that makes sense.
Jason?
I don't
Pause.
think this series will allow you to declare that one way or the other. Go win a game in the Garden.
Yeah, you
Go
know
win
what,
game 1 in Boston Garden. Go win game 2 in Boston. Win one of those games in the Garden, and then we'll have that conversation.
Jason, they go out there and they beat them by like 25 tonight.
It's Orlando.
I don't care.
It's not. But here's the thing. I said it earlier.
That's shutting the door on
Orlando is not the Garden.
You right about that.
So Boston Garden, pretty damn close to MSG.
Garden.
Boston is an unbelievable venue for a playoff game.
Miami.
Miami ain't got no fans.
Well, that's where they might be playing at.
Well, that's where they might be playing at.
By the way, you think your phones are not listening to you? just a minute ago, I said I'm going to have to get YouTube TV also. Look at the recent email I just got.
All-Star game notes. Great meeting, Adam.
Oh.
YouTube TV.
I just got an email from YouTube TV. I mean,
Did you have them in the past and you switched to football?
I did, but I haven't gotten an email from them in a while. All of a sudden,
One of
Very fishy.
my son's friends.
Yeah.
His dad is a retired Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
He covers the camera on his phone with tape.
All right.
Just saying.
Well, it still can hear you though.
Well, maybe he does something to the audio.
I don't know.
So he doesn't take pictures.
By the way,
Covers it with tape.
the Cavs have clearly not proven that they have a killer instinct. There's no doubt. Now, they have showed a level of toughness in this series that they did not show last year. I think we'd all agree on that.
Yes.
That's a
It's
step
trending
forward.
in the right direction.
Yes, but I agree with Tyvus. I think if they put their foot on the throat of the Magic and win this game tonight, because they win tonight, you're going to win in 4 or 5, whatever.
Clearly, they know right now
Yeah.
we're better than them.
Yes.
So go out
Take care
there,
of
leave,
business.
no doubt. Let
Yeah.
it just don't even play around with it. Just get it over with so you can get some rest.
It's like, remember the Titans when the defensive coordinator, leave no doubt. I don't want to see them get another yard.
yeah, we blitz all night. And if they get another yard, I swear to God, I'll take every last one of you out.
Well done, Coach Yost. All right, go
But
ahead.
you know what? What you just said, though, is an interesting point. Not that this is the 2016 team, but one of the reasons that championship era, it was one championship, but that 4-year run, they had so much playoff success is because they swept everybody.
Yeah.
And then they went home
Right.
and sat on the couch and watched everybody else. They had so much time off between each series. It was a huge benefit. So to that point, you guys are right. If you can, I'm not saying they're going to, but if you can get a sweep and let Boston and Miami beat the hell out of each other for a week and a half, that's a big advantage, especially as we talk about Donovan and the knee and everything else. That's a huge advantage to them if they can get that.
It starts tonight. If they beat them tonight, the Magic is out of it. The only way they'll be playing in Game 4 is, we want to have a little bit of respect and decency. But at the end of the day, we got our Cancun trip planned already. We already know what time it is.